strong faith, you will stay alive. If you live with love, you shall survive. Things and times are rough, don't it get so tough. We never get enough. The Lord is nearer than, the Lord is nearer than. Yes, He must be nearer than. Things and times are rough, don't it get so tough. We never get enough. The Lord is nearer than, He must be nearer than. What we are gonna do? Money can't help you. Rich man, I feel it too. The Lord is nearer than, He must be nearer than. Oh yeah, He's the strongest of the strength. If you have strong faith, you will stay alive. If you live with love, you shall survive. If you have strong faith, you must stay alive. Repatriation, repatriation, repatriation. No mean that you run go to Africa. Go, Africa scare where your brother. Go, Africa run where your sister. Go. One skillful one in a repatriation, repatriation, repatriation. No mean that you run go to Africa. Go, Africa scare where your brother. Go, Africa run where your sister. Go. One skillful one in Africa. One skillful one in Africa. Build come from Africa. Black jaw, black jaw. Come from Africa. First black man was from Africa. First black woman was from Africa. Black jaw, black jaw. Come from Africa. Black jaw, black jaw. Come from Africa. Greetings, Africa. Yes, greetings. Greetings, Nigeria. Yes, greetings. Greetings, Zimbabwe. Yes, greetings. Greetings, Kenya. Yes, greetings. Greetings, Ethiopia. Yes, greetings. Greetings, Addis Ababa. Yes, greetings, Africa. Yes, greetings. Yes, greetings. One thing I don't understand. Have so many black people in America. Have no intention, have no respect for the culture. I wonder why, I wonder why. But anyway, I'm on love. I'm on love, I'm on black brethren. Yes, greetings. Yes, greetings. I'm on love, I'm on black sister in America. Even though they say that I'm a Yankee. Never, 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 never mind that. I'm a brethren. Yes, never, never mind that. I'm a sister. I'm a so they cause I and I people to this one day people. But what a day when I and I people get together, start to own each other. What a feedback, the wicked gate. What a feedback, the wicked gate. What a feedback. Let me light my split and get a clean and deep meditation about black people history and culture. Greetings, what a free times, the wicked gate. What a feedback, the wicked gate. What a feedback, what a feedback, the wicked gate. What a feedback, the wicked gate. What a feedback, the wicked get a feedback. Son, who is that knocking out there? So African postman, that African postman. Yes, I'm a brother. Whoa, I'm a brother. This African postman. Bring a yana, you take me wrong. African postman, African postman. Telegram say, sons and daughters of His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie, earth rightful ruler, without any apology say, this is the time when I should come home. Yes, Jah. Come a holy fool. Now let go, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Come a holy fool. We are holy fool. We are holy fool. Give thanks this African boast. African boast. African Telegram was so interested and essential and it put African boast. To I as African. Blessed and keep this postman. Guide you and speak with this postman. Provide the hands. African postman. It's African postman. A high and high and high and high and high and high, brother. African brother. You a brother. He's a brother. African postman. African postman, African postman, who bring iron telegram, saying that sons and daughters of His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie, earth rightful ruler, without any apology, say, this is the time when I should come home. Yes, Jah. Jaja is my eyesight. Be with I, be with I. Be with I, Jaja. Jaja, be with I. I and I and I and I. They and them that Satan. They and them that fight against I. Some of them will judge around. Cha-cha, this road is so bad. I wonder why the road is so foggy. Foggy, foggy, yes. Cha-cha, be retired, Cha-cha, foggy road, foggy, 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 foggy.
Birds that they quietly haze, foxes in the hole, man at the peaceful race, he have nowhere to lie, say, he pray, yes, he pray. He pray, yes, he pray. He pray, yes, he pray. Yes, he pray. He pray, yes, he pray. Birds that they quietly haze, foxes in the hole, man at the peaceful race, he have nowhere to lie, say, he pray, yes, he pray. He pray, yes, he pray. He pray, yes, he pray. Yes, he pray. He pray, yes, he pray. For I and you, for I and you, he pray, yes, he pray, yes, he pray. Yes, yes, he pray. Yes, he pray. Yes, he pray. For I and you, yes, he pray. For I and you, he pray. Yes, he pray. You got to believe me that he pray. You got to hear what I say. Pray. Yes, he pray. one shall enter, not one. Your people shall not enter. These are all a land where wise and a true man stand, sipping from the cup of peace. You chant down on Babylon. You chant down on Babylon. You chant down on Babylon. Chant down on Babylon. I, the son of the Most High, Jah Rastafari. Our heart shall correspond and beat in one harmony. Sounds from the burning spear.
Yes, greetings. We're there with you. Yeah, man. We just recognize the time. So we say greetings to everyone and give thanks to everyone who have come in and listened to cultural expression, and those who have been hearing or have heard One Drop Kitchen. Yeah, give thanks for that. And we appreciate that enough. You know what I mean? We are trying something. So we are going to a conversation now, warm up the scene, because situation are changing very fast. Into the darkness, we are going deep into the darkness, and we have to try to find out what has happened. And we are look upon Africa, look upon Africa and see that one is crying Jesus and the other one is saying that we need to put our applications them in. So we're going to look upon that. But all up again, listen, we're there with you, things and times.
You see, I've got to stand up on my feet. I've got to carry on my work. Every man got a talent. I got my talent. I've got to show them what it is all about. I've got to say, Rastafari. All I can see, so many hypocrites. See them, man and man just fighting against their brethren. And if I don't make sure that I'm around the right side, I have to beg Jah for forgiveness. If I cook dumpling, John Tom gone tell this be. They always think of me and I don't see them. But one thing more I've got to control. Excuse me while I smoke my spliff. So you see, you got a little time to sniff. All I have got is good, good sensey love to give you, baby. It's just that all I see. I know who else was and me. So many watchy and peeping at me. All I have seen, so many hypocrites. Everyone should show the way. No man should never watch my business.
Yeah, I show that, man. Some people evaluate themselves through certain conditions and circumstances, and it still is European. Okay.
There's so many problems. There's so many problems. How can we solve them? How can we solve them? The children need teaching. The children need teaching.
Yes. So now I'm going back into my real realm. See? We never had to validate ourselves, evaluate ourselves through King James and through European eyes and European perspectives. But you see, when people get lost now, or some people get lost, it's easy just to point a finger outside of self or make suggestive, analytical, alleged reasons for foolishness. For foolishness. See? Because the majority of our people, them, the children of slaves, in the Caribbean and in the Americas and these places, are subjected to European, Caucasian, colonial supremacy. And it's no fault of our own, because we all have received theological education. We all have received theological education. And true to that is all that we were programmed or know. We are somewhat influenced. No other options. But the ones them that say Rastafari were not influenced, but became influenced. You have to say that. And don't try to go around the corner and cut the cloth and it don't fit the foot or fit the pants or the jacket. It's just the truth. Because to validate Abyssinia is to know about Abyssinia. And then one can not chat, but have a better understanding of Africa life and a spirituality to suit. Because His Imperial Majesty is Abyssinian. The line of Judah is Abyssinian, African, not European. And there's nothing that one can remonstrate and make any form of nonsensical reasoning as to how a misappropriation took place. Is to look and analyze and then reflect truth as one see it, and not to camouflage an error of judgment because of the theological education that we all have received, and the fixation that many of us have when it comes to the colonial bosses. We see them in front of our mothers. You think a joke? Eh? So if that not be the case, could an individual substitute the line of Judah for King James? It's not a black and white situation. It's a factual situation that comes much, 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 much later, black and white. Because Africa, where I work with, and we're working with the line of Judah. And more importantly, we also see and hear of the carnation of the line of Judah. In this time, our lifetime, not some other time, not being told to us by some European, colonial Europeans. So stop finding excuse. See? We Muslims don't need no validation. We're Africans. We recognize that. And Islam, Al-Islam is African. We know that. Not we know of that, we know that. And we are independent minded in reading, reciting, acknowledging, participating, and living. Very critical to understand. Right? Because that independence is the mind itself. What we do with it. And not just a perception, what we do with it. When you examine Muslims in the West as we are here, can you not see how the colonial bosses, the Europeans, the Caucasians, how hard they have been working through centuries and in our time to alter the face of Islam. But not of al-Islam, but of Muslims. And we're called terrorists, fundamentalists, extremists. And the media shows the image that is meant to make us look terrible. And why is all of this is taking place? Their own people is investigating. What? Us? No. They're investigating about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty. They're investigating Islam. So the more them work to make we look dirty and terrible, the more they hurt themselves because their own people pursues us. And not us. They inquire diligently as to what is Islam, who is Muhammad, and who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the history books will show 9/11, this, that. But it would also show that so much Europeans have said La ilaha illallah. Ana me, ana you, ana she, ana we, is Allah. You understand? We don't have to go out there and validate and change an image or create an image trying to be accepted and remove infiltrators or whatever. Nah. For surety, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who sent the message, of farmer message to the mankind, to this earth. That's factual. And that will never change. Because are we, human beings, we either hear and obey, or we pretend that we're not here because we don't want to obey. It's our choice. It's our choice. Some people have chosen, like myself, to pursue living, instituting a governance surrounding me, which we then call our family, so we can branch. Yeah, because when you have a family, what you do? You not branch out, but you have to develop. Like a seed, you know, you have to sow the seed, so it germinate, give it opportunity to germinate. And then you tender it. It's a serious projection I'm giving. So, if ones them not see Africa through their own spectacles, but want to romanticize and mythologies of Africa and mysticisms to try and help validate some kind of movement, it's not work. It won't work, and it isn't working, and it will not work as far as repatriation of the children of the slaves. It wouldn't. It would hinder those who are in pursuit of such. It will hinder my children, my grandchildren. If they are taken in by such frailties. And man uses their ears and their eyes. It's part of analyzing, recognizing, quantifying, qualifying. It's part of that curve we call learning. Some people need to get it that we've been distorting and we've been led down the path of distortion for so long. And we've been constantly looking for the supreme leader. And it always seemed to be a deceiver. And that supreme leader must come with mysticisms and unravel some perceptions that we graduate ourselves with through the theological education and practices and superstitions that we've all developed. And some people encourage such. And some who have written but never traveled, as in the continent and as in Abyssinia, but them have so much to say. And they have said so much. So it's somewhat believable to those who are not researching. And removing their minds from mythologies and from the Caucasian directions. It's not confusing. It's just a thing we call logic. Because we use our faculties. Anyone who tried to be a dismissive of such, then they're not worthwhile having a conversation with. Because we have the power of intellect, thought. We're able to think, analyze things, question things, view. But the most beautiful part is when you are so curious about a people and you mix with those people, create the opportunity. Your soul, your spirit, your mind, your educational thought, your curiosity responds to you. It's a great art, traveling, but it's also the greatest art, inquiries. So Abyssinia has always been there. So if once and was listening to Garvey and you wait for Abyssinia to come to you, you're wrong. But there was nothing wrong with waiting at the time for the Black Star Liner to come into fruition so that one can start to visit Africa and feel Africa, the landmass, and greet our foreparents. But it didn't happen when it should have. The continuation is where the issue and the problem has been with Rasta and Pan-Africans. The continuation. Stop lying to yourselves. Something happened to Marcus Garvey, and then the shop closed. We're talking of more than 4 million people. And we're talking of a great administration. And the shop closed. I'm using the term shop because if people depended on the shop to survive, for all the amenities, can't close. Cannot close. It's providing for too much. And we know the value of that shop, of that store, of that market, of that institution, of that foundation. We know it. You're not showing my grandchildren, my children, my grandchildren, your children, your grandchildren, that you're not. If you were, they would have rebelled a long time and asked for an explanation. But true, you don't develop critical thinking. You allow the children them and yourselves to evolve in stagnation. Don't point a finger at Al-Islam, at Muslims who have never participated in the dethrone or the stagnation of the UNIA. We never. So, any form of aspirations should not be highlighted, pointed, or suggested in this space called Muslims. No. You're trying to be important. It is great to analyze oneself. I mean, great to analyze oneself. But it requires truth and honesty for a person to turn around and say, I did something wrong, or there are many things that I haven't known and I still don't know, and I need to know. So to proportion blame with critical thinking, one would have to examine oneself and look at what one did do or did not do or should have done. Al-Islam has do's and don'ts. Al-Islam commands the fullness of persons, human beings, and we mean the fullness. Not to glorify and gratify me or someone else. Only them. It's only me will be in that grave. Unless there were someone prior to me dying, prior to me inside that grave, and they dig this space and someone say, you know what, Mahmoud, this is his grave. Or Sarah. You understand? The point I'm making, it's everyone for themselves. It's not burdensome. But some people decided that they will project. There's a cultural disparity. No. We as people, children of the slave in the diaspora, we're still trying to develop a culture, our cultures, attach ourselves to African culture, African roots, and not what Europeans' perceptions of black or African Caribbean culture should be. And in our education system here in England, it's sports and amusement. It's sports and play, art and craft and play. It's performing arts. Oh yes. You want to try and diffuse this, huh? So whether you're there at kindergarten or whether they're at university, it's the same. And the duration of time that one spends in educational institutional environment, it has some significant impact on one's ideology. And it creates superstition because the tutors, how they perceive things or how they project things, it can make or create superstition. And what's that superstition there? Is that we're not sure. And they have a mandate that they're projecting. And we, as students, all those who are attending these institutions, will follow suit. Very few would oppose what is being orchestrated. And we will indulge in such. Where's our parents? Most of us, the majority of us. They're trying to make a living. Do they analyze critically how our education, how we're receiving this education? The majority doesn't have or didn't have that opportunity and didn't have that space which we call time. And many were not qualified, not having a degree or certificate. Them themselves did not receive no more than kindergarten. So our growth has been very toxic. Our growth. The African Caribbean, the Africans in the diaspora, our growth has been very toxic. And that ain't coming into no racial abuse yet. Because we still haven't understood what free means. We haven't come of age to say, well, Hey, this free. What does it offer me? What is it? We still haven't nurtured free. So we've come of age and we've gone to school and we've gone to university and everything else. And we should have understood by now, freedom. But we don't. So whose fault is that? Islam, Muslims. Get up and analyze yourself. Don't criticize others that look just like you but took a different path to you. And this has not a great deal to do with reading either. It's to do with perception. It's to do with determination. I came out of the same environment. But I have to thank God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for my grandmother. Because I asked a question, where is God? And my grandmother pointed her finger up to the sky. Not to no cross. Not to no emblem, picture, or nothing called Jesus. Wallahi, my grandmother. So I give thanks and praise for that. And then my curiosity continued. Yes, it didn't stop. It continued. It continued. You understand? So she took that European colonial supremacy thing out of my head. And I'm so young, so I'm saying it like that to make people understand that entrapment of looking at somebody else to be so superior, not eloquent, superior to me. And that it is, God is with them. And you can see God through them. No. That evolution and that never happened with me. I didn't have that contention. I didn't have to deal with that. No. So I give thanks to Almighty for raising my grandmother like that, and for my grandmother to point her grandson this way. You understand? Yeah. So we never seen a man God, let alone a Caucasian God and all these things. No. That never happened. It never happened. So when we read the European scripture or the Bible, all them things there, it wasn't me looking for a man God. It was reading through curiosity. And from a child, I'm telling you, when I'm talking about a child, when I talk about 9 years of age, around them time there, right? My notes were questioning my mother and my father concerning what I read, some of the things I'm reading. I said it was not making sense. My mother would tell me, as you grow, all will be revealed. Yeah. Because when I read, what I'm curious about or what I'm saying don't make sense to her, she'll be asking me, Where did you get that from? How come you see this? And so forth. And she go get her book and check and said, I never see this. And so it went. And I read in church. And I did not skip to the law about the place as they wanted me to do. Not my parents, the church. If them say read this, I'm not going to read that and then read this other thing to combine something that they're trying to project. No, I just read one. And I would announce to other people, to the congregation, that you can look in Ezekiel, this, that, and so forth, for some relevancy. But today we're dealing with Proverbs X, Y, and Y, or Ephesians X, Y, and Y, and so forth. Yeah. Chapter and verse. When I do that jump boat, and this is the Church of England. They never scold me because I did the next best thing. What was that? I give the verses, read out the verses that they've given that I'm supposed to turn and go around here and come back around here and all these things. I give them all out. Let the people them make notes of them. But that which was the key to be read, all of them asked me to read, but the opening chapter that I'm supposed to read, that me read. When I bother about jumping around here, there, and everywhere and come back around and everything. No, I just read that. I announce all the different chapter and verses that links that they're saying is linked to that verse that they want me to read. That's why I know I say that these people who call themselves pastors, they all trained, they know the difference, they refuse. They have refused, blatantly refused to do what is right. But it makes them look like them know the book, the way they do their thing, and they hoodwink the people because the people are being trained and projected in mysticism already. So the people them just hook, line, and sing accepts it. And through our souls, we're human beings. We're spiritual. We want God. We want not just the projection, but the projection of God. We want the feeling of God. We want some assurance. So them deal with the thy kingdom come all the time, and the people them are hook line. And they don't sought for no form of independency of themselves to say, well, hold on, let me go check these things out when I get home. What them do is remonstrate the same way the pastor project him thing, that same way, because they are trained. There's no critical thinking taking place. Them following. So when exploitation comes into that service, into that place, into that church, into that institution, everybody is blind. And it oftentimes comes. Whether it's the tithing and the misusing of the tithings, or whether it's molestation, or fornication, or adulteries. And you all know it. So when you come to other things outside the church now, and everybody I try to pick up something and do something. The experience is already there. It's in their grounding. And if they don't first-hand experience all of that, them still experience it because it's being made known. It's too close for comfort. So the validation is still toxic. It is toxic, not still, it is toxic. There's no yardstick. There's no reference point outside of that. And that's not our culture. And that's what people need to understand. That's the vehicle of learning that was imposed on us. Because we didn't have nothing of our own, and we still don't. And those who lead us, they know. But since they're working for, and they're meant to be representing us, they don't do the right. Their right is to support those who have employed them to look after, supposed to be looking after us. If they were, they would have taken us out of that dispensation. They would have created an educational criteria for us. Not just a curriculum, you know, a criterion, which will bring about the curriculum naturally. Not that is fitting to me and not fitting to the next person, but about us. And also fitting and linking with the continent, our natural home, Africa. So by now we've been so well equipped without the Black Starliner for Africa. At this point in time, we're not equipped. But due to the education that we have received and live, and those of us who live in the West, we're somewhat formally, due to that education, equipped. But what does Africa want of us, like mice allegedly equipped? Does it want welfare workers? Does it want social workers? Does it want community workers? Or does it want technicians? Doctors? Engineers? See? So, yeah, look from the broader perspective of what has happened to us. We have to turn around and give Jackie and say, listen here, we made some tremendous errors. We have made some tremendous errors. What can we do? We can develop critical thinking for one, for ourselves, and we can also look at devising a map that would help to develop and sustain our children. We owe it to them. And that's us working with ourselves. That's not us competing with the Caucasian and about what they're doing and what they're not doing. It's about us looking at what we're doing and we're not doing and what we need to do. That's the root. That's why so much people can't take us who are Muslims. We're not into what that man not doing, what him not doing, because we can see the most important is what we are doing and what we should be doing. So I told you about the institution called family, and the Prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already told us how to do that. Birds of a feather know to flock together. Birds go and grab the twigs and everything and make nests. You see some, listen, the craft, the art of a bird, or birds, great. Them know them season a come. And them pair up naturally. And then make the nest. They find a place and them say, yeah, this is where we want to construct this thing. Some have the entrance at the bottom, some have the entrance at the top, some have the entrance at the front. Some are flat, some most are round. Very few is flat. Ah, boy. I tell you, birds. I told people, I keep saying, one day I'm going into the ant. But my brethren, them no call me so we can have this symposium on the radio. Because you see, when you hear the thing among a number of people, it catch you. When you hear it with one person, you feel so that the person is trying to supersede themselves and try to hoodwink you and become so spectacular about their knowledge or their regurgitation of something. But when it's done the way the Prophet ﷺ has taught us, and we've doing this in a congregation, you're not hearing me, you're hearing us. You're hearing us speak about the tribe called Ant, or ants. And then we leave it to the persons or the peoples to analyze for themselves. Are you any better than an ant? Are you doing that which you should be doing? How is it that the ant and the bird, even birds who are captured and caged, I'm just going to the slave thing, they never lose them faculties. They've been burdened, oh yes. They've been burdened. But then with a bird now, if you clip it wing, not it wings, oh, that's brutal. You just clip one wing, it means it cannot go airborne. See, I teach you now, you see. Treat the bird nice, humbly, respectfully, and everything. Wise you have done so. The surroundings, the habitat that the bird is within, by the time the wing grows back, you know, slice off the wing, you just clip the feathers them. The bird become very familiarized with the space. They are dependable on us to feed them. So, but them know that them can feed themselves, Don't fool her foot. Them know that. They know that. They know them have independence. Once them get airborne, them know that. But you see, we know, the trainer, the ones who want that bird, or them birds, we have to be humble. Yes, we have to be dutiful. And that bird, or those birds, will stay there in that habitat, that surrounding. They will eat, they will drink, they'll play with themselves, then one another. They'll entertain themselves, do everything. And the wing will grow back, the feathers will grow back. And they will fly up to the roof, to the tree. They will go and exercise, and they will stay there. They will go away and exercise. They'll go and show how independently minded they are to find their own food. And they will return. Yes. They would even come to you. They won't be afraid. These are birds. So you give them the humane touch. They will do that. And this is all birds, not just one species. Don't let someone come and trick you and tell you foolishness. Nah, all the birds. You see, the greatest thing about this story about the birds, I grew up with birds. One of my aunties, I heard a thing that birds, tortoises, yeah. You name birds, I heard a thing that. So I watched and see how they do things. You know, eagles, all of these crows, all these birds, man. So what am I saying? the man mistreated us and then mentally abused us. And we've come of age and we're still there trying to analyze, criticize, visualize the man. We're wasting time. And they know it. Mental entrapment. And then we go around trying to validate ourselves here, there, and everywhere. And to do that now, look at some of us, and then we go criticize some of us who is not doing that particular thoughts and line. Makes things worse, bad for us. And I've seen that. Many of us, and I can only speak of my brethren and sisters from the Islamic point of view, we have seen it. We've escaped it and we continue to see it. We know from an ideological perspective, a social perspective, an analytical perspective, a social perspective, we know it. From a psychological perspective, we know it. We don't want to know it. We're not trying to make out that we know it. What has helped us though? Islam. Our parents, yes, definitely our parents. Our family grounding. But Al-Islam, I put the stamp of approval. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to escape man, the earth. So we follow the guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent down for mankind. You believe it or not, we don't care damn about that. That's what we do. That's what we do. Says someone can't take the do's and the don'ts, your prerogative. But we know of Ethiopia. We know of Abyssinia. And we know the lineage. And we have not and will not forsake it for Europeanism or anything of that nature. That's what you all need to try and understand that I'm being saying forever. We will not do that. You all are doing that. Even Rastafari do that. They're not conscious of it, but they're doing that. Because the minute you take up the Bible and say you run behind this, that, and then you validate it by saying that His Imperial Majesty is the carnation of Jesus Christ, blah, 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 you have lost the cause. You're substituting something. How did you get to do that? What mindset gave you that? Why did you try to configure it in this manner? Huh? That means that you must have been entrapped by the vision that the European portrayed to you in the first instance. Now you come with an ideological perspective. You're taking His Imperial Majesty and put that in the place of, and now you close that up and say, yo, and you're maintaining the same thing. Now to live, oh, here comes the problem. Because you're trying to step out of rich and right living, natural living as Rasta, now to implant some theological practice now because you try to follow some mandate. And that confuse everything and cause a problem, a big problem. And it didn't need to be like that. But then we're human beings, you know. The vehicle of trying to examine things, there's no one given way. So it's excusable, seriously. But y'all don't want to listen to us. You want to call me Arab this and Arab that and everything and throw all sorts of nonsense at us, and everything that is being said and done is somewhat correct, but it's incorrect because what you're trying to blemish is still us. That's the key there. Everything that the blemishing is coming with is still us. It's only that today you're seeing a set of people that you're saying is Arab, and then you say, well, why? Right? See them there? But then when you start talking about the different peoples that came into Kemet and Rere, then you say, what? And you think like, okay, who are those people? Where them come from? And then where them gone? And then no one is asking, so what happened to the Africa? What happened to us? And I've said that here too. And there's millions of us. Sheikh Antidiop, that's what he brought to the table. Do not be used and hoodwinked by the Europeans. You want to know where your forefathers are, your foreparents. Now I can prove to you that there were black Africans. What we have there today ain't you. So you need to, but well, was he too Muslims again? Was he too much of a Muslim again? You all don't speak truth or put power to the truth. Is that the way it should be said? At all. But you go with all these other people that talks a lot about mysticisms. And that's what he projected. Not this thing that someone want to take this one away and say, that's top Moses, this, that, and so forth. Just to keep this black thing going on. We're Africans. We're black Africans, yes. But when you submerge yourself in this black thing, listen, for the life of me, I don't know what some people be talking about. We know what they're trying to illustrate, but what they're really talking about. Then we turn around and say, well, what is that black did? And everybody wants to say that we did some marvelous things, and then we have to look and ask, so where is it now? Why ain't the continuation of that production line? And them say, boy, them blasted, boy, them too cynical, you know. Said, no, why? Why? Why are we so cynical? Because our logic, our principles are so far different to yours. We don't work with the mythologies. We don't. We accept Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the unseen. We don't see and characterize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the way us human beings would think. That finish right there, done, crush. Are you lot simpletons? Yes. Are you proud of it? Yes. Why? What, you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have pajamas, you have a suit, you want Italian tailor, British home store, Marks and Spencer's. Soon from now you want to tell you they must have McDonald's too. You're joking. You're joking. That's our own conceptions. Then another man gonna come tell us, say, well, do your God fly? What kind of thing that? And next one come and say, boy, I will have an Indian man inside this. So How much hands do your God have? How much legs do your God have? Huh? Your God male and female. Me can't work with a man God, you know. I'm to the she God. We can't work with a one God thing. We have to work with gods. So you have what? God of the wind, God of the water. What? God of which one now? Because if you know life, then you're stuck. You're stuck right there now. Because you what? You're going to have God of the life, right? Mm-hmm. God of what? The heart now. How the life coming. Because you're going to be stuck. You're going to come up with some highfalutin, foolish talk. But you're stuck right there. So you work with the God of the air and God of the water. So what? Suppose one of them God disagree with next God. We should have been dead long time. Because that's a man perspective, you know. And then that God, one of that God now, him come of such a big age now, him don't like the way the other one dress, so a foolishness. It's complete madness. You understand? So higher education is what this country and the Caribbean, because it's the same people, have brought us through. Some were privileged, some were more fortunate, some were at a disadvantage, some is at an advantage. But the theme has been the same. It is them that control. That's the theme. Now the top class youth will get that nice job. So that's where the difference is. Them get a nice job, them can live in uptown and so forth. That's the difference. And as time went on, the clearer skin had a better opportunity. But before all that happened, the one them that show so much love or kindness to their masters, they got better fed. Them get some clothes. They didn't have to do such hard work, nasty work. Them get to live or attend the stately house or homes. Them get to ride on the cart whilst we walked. Them get to drink some milk. Them get to use a cup or a glass. Or them get to use a plate within a calabash. Come on. Talk to your parents, you know what I mean? If you miss your grandparents, then not my fault. But, you know, some of us need to surface backwards. You know, walk back and take time about doing it. Don't try to rush you fall down, right? Walk backwards, man. Take a step by step. And then critical thinking, true analysis will eventually catch up. It don't take long, seriously. It's got to be a willingness. So, again, don't try to bash African Muslims. Don't do that. Just to let you know something, right now, it should be our turn. But the way Nero and Barak was sent was to make sure that that doesn't happen. Right? So we're set back. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who makes the decision. See? There just have been obstacles. And that's what man is. You know, we create this thing for ourselves. So all is well for us. It hasn't ended because it will not end. But all is well. You know, in this darkness too. Because man, we plan, but the best of planners, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, patience is a virtue. I will definitely die. And all the good that I can talk about right now, until I die, will eventually come to pass. Say, may not a great deal of things that we would like to see happen right now may not happen in my time. That not prevent me. Because it's a natural thing, death. It's in between this life and the coming to the death, what you do. So why some people are sit out there and say, well, they want this, they want that. There's nothing wrong with it. But what you waiting for? What you waiting for? Why is the other man show you that them always setting themselves, setting them stall well out there? For their people and for their families. You think they're so narrow-minded that they're just doing something for today and kick you and everything, and that's it? Nah. They're setting the stage. Them try, because they know transitions are natural progression. They know death also is. So right now, with this innings I have to do the best for my people, and that's what they're about. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way they go about doing it. Because they like to oppress other people. So, having seen that, what you going to do? Sit there and cry about it? So when you're going to do something for yourself, if you're sitting there crying about it, analyzing, telling everybody that you don't know, say, what them are do. That's what the nation have been doing for years. Go and listen to every tape. Go and listen to every clip. And what you're going to say, just like the different churches. Pastor, Reverend, this body said this and that, you know. And then your grandchild turns and says, but Grandpa, Mommy, what did you do? Now you feel bad. Terrible. Because he allegedly knows so much, but did nothing. So it's nothing saying what the next man is doing. What they're plotting and planning is what we are doing. So I say we need to develop trust. And we'll come out to this door room. We need to develop trust. If we start trusting ourselves, we'll become humanitarianly adventurous. We don't want people to come trust themselves and them stay there with their decadence. Nah, I waste the time that. I be helping you all, we be helping you all to become greater hustlers. You understand? We need to advance. We have a whole heap of people shout and scream about something. Hear what happened? The Chinese, they're very advanced, technological people. The Japanese, but the same. You understand? All these people, creative with intelligence. You're telling me, say, that the African race is just creative intelligence yesteryears and not today? Are you stupid? Are you telling me that we can't figure out exactly what it is that we have and ask God for Him guidance and blessing so we make good use of those things? And I'm saying, I will look at Cuba. You're missing the mark. Cuba is a smaller Caribbean island like the rest of us. What do? They invest in the land that they're on. So them know the land inside out. And them seek knowledge across the earth. As much as there been embargoes and sanctions and all this damn nonsense. Eh? And then come back and do what? utilize those skills and understanding to the people them. Who the hell care about some 1920 car? Them have good life, good living, healthy people. What them have first? Doctors. What's that? Life farm. Health care. Cuba. Not warmongering. Somebody are going to shout, oh, them are communists. Keep it to yourself, man. Then you go look at Vietnam. Them kill them off with nuclear. Them still Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They still having the problems, health problems, on top of health problems and birth problems due to those things. But did the people them quiver? Technology is with them. Them persevere. We have corruption on top of corruption on top of corruption because that's what the man has taught us, and we have stayed with him. And we keep analyzing him, think that we're analyzing him, and we're trapped in mysticism. And then we get trapped in theological understanding ideologies. Oh, gosh, man. And then another one, the Ghanaian president has shout out something, and then him say, him put all him trust in his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I thought, oh my God, here goes another one. So now some of you cynics are going, you would have must feel good of him say put him trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I say, yeah. Why? Because him say Allah, I'm not saying mean God. Don't you understand? But when him say Jesus, what does he mean? He's telling the earth, the same people that he's telling you of doing all these bad things, he's telling them now this is tongue-in-cheek. But you all don't know them symbolisms. Some of you do, many of you don't. You see, that's what he's doing. He's the same one that come and tell you, say that we don't need a visa. Right, him supposed to come tell me, say, reparation, we ready for you. Come on home. Okay. That's not my perspective. That's feasible. That's practical. And that's meaningful. First, him sent his ministers. Then he came in the Caribbean himself. Before him did that, he put some sound bites on the president of France. And all the people say, yeah, what? Huh? And many of them are fattening their pockets with the work that the Chinese have been able to do for them. You think if me call someone to do something for me, huh? You hear how I call it? I call someone to do something for me. I must know what it is that I want to be done. How it's going to be done is my inquiries with them, my investigation with them, my gathering information from them as to, right? And then we have a time limit and so forth and so forth. And then there's an expenditure and blah, 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 and so forth. That's it. Where am I talking about? We live in England. We don't live in Mars. We're called diasporans, so we know things. We're part and parcel of a democracy. Oh gosh, man. So if I came in and I did the job, I attempt to do the job, but yet still I'm doing something for myself, who's at fault here? I who've given the contract to you. And I'm not being responsible. So then can I criticize the workers or criticize myself? Chastise myself? Who's going to do that? No human being is going to do that. Other human beings, other people will do that. And then you would have to take it on board and have a look at it and make some changes fast. But if you've already signed that thing into operation, now you're stuck. So the people call you corrupted. Because you're part of the problem. Which problem? The problem that is now being manufactured. The people them are living there, them are work there, them have them own separate locality, them bringing in their families, they're feeding themselves, them transporting themselves, and them taking them time doing this work. That you already think that was specified a particular day and time. Start and finish. Next thing you hear, someone said, what? Them have 100-year lease. He said, lease? We talking about? The money meant to make this railway or do this road. He said, no. You haven't been reading. He said, what do you mean reading? This is the translation of the Chinese. And you think, rotted. How did that happen? That happened because they're ignorant. Oh, you understand? So where do I fit in as a Muslim? I never had nothing to do with that. And then here comes another idiot now that's want to discuss the fact that they have a culture, and them culture says this and that, and a Muslim don't have no culture, and it's a clash of culture. How come? Which clash of which culture? Because me no want somebody to come take my girl, your girl, my wife, and everybody and tell them to take off them clothes and go do some taunting or quarantine or whatever it is, so you can see them shape and all that. No, that's nothing to do with culture. That's decadence. You see? And my wife now have no time for play around with man. And me have no time for play around with woman. I play around with my daughters and I play around with my wife. So you want it the other way around, right? And so on. No. Do you have social enjoyment? Of course we do. What's the key to our social environment? Praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so much. That's it. And reflecting on this journey called life to the vision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the vision that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. So we will look at that. That's beautiful. When you think the arts that the Europeans them use, some of them, what is it all about? It's about their advancement, man. You all think it's just people sitting down there listening to Bart and Beethoven. It's about their advancement. There's seniors, they're graduates. It's about their advancements. Not the advancement showing off to the world, the advancement within themselves. They're so appreciative of themselves and they honor themselves so that the next generation that's coming, the transition, that continues. You know what I mean? That motivation, that continues. Because it's a nation, it's a tribe, it continues. But you have this one, have Carnival and Bacchanal. No, that's sad. That's just like Rome. You know, when Rome was having the exorcism and massaging themselves, and then the Greeks came and they massage even more, and now they're at it again. You're not seeing it, no, because you're not reading it. You're waiting someone to tell you. There you go. They're back. They're back. Transforming people. Polluting the lives of innocent people. By the time the people then wake up, them commit suicide. So accomplishments, that's the great treat of what you call culture. Our education, our advancement, our clothing, our politeness, our courtesy, all these are cultures. They're how we display ourselves as human beings. Our captors just say, hold on, make them dance. And then you want to call that culture. You're stupid. You're stupid. We can talk about this and argue about this till the cows come home, I'm telling you. And that's a justification. Look at it, what they do, especially with the Caribbean. Oh, oh, you're 50 years old, you're 30 years old, 40, whatever. Yeah, well, it's not 30. It's always got to be about 48, 50, 55, and so forth, right? Because it's all about 1963, 1960s, some people got the independence. What's that? Another examination to prove to the slave owners that you're credible to do what? To run the storehouse for them. And when they find out, them say, okay, we'll give you some independence. And this is how you have to conduct yourselves from here on in. Look at Australia. Who are they? Thieves, robbers and murderers. Australia. And they kill our people. And they're misusing them up to today. What's left of them? They're British. They're Irish. They're Scottish. They're Welsh. They're English. Have they not got a big nation? And they're all criminals. Who says anything? It's themselves, man. Did anybody take them to International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity? And all these injustices? No. Because you're too busy looking at the beauty of the place, the buildings and all these different things. And South Africa, you do the same. That's why the Caribbean's just tourism. Can't help it. So, don't keep kicking like Paul against Muslims and against Islam. You can be a Pan-African, anything you want to be. But we're not the problem. We weren't the problem, and we're not the problem. We don't intend to be the problem. We're the solution.
There's so many problems. There's so many problems. How can we solve them? How can we solve them? The children need teaching. The children need teaching. But there is no teaching.
Yeah, my brethren, you're back again. Under a different disguise. So means say you lost yourself again, you know. You come on a different disguise. But anyway, this politeness up there, so that nice still, you know. But His Imperial Majesty Selassie. Selassie is not Jesus. When did that ever happen? Huh? You can read that in Swahili, Amharic, and Tigrinian. Selassie don't make out to be Jesus. Selassie's never said he's Jesus. You understand? Yeah. And to be honest with you, he's been fortunate to be crowned because the Negas, Menelik, should have been the heir, should have been crowned. But nevertheless, that's a different dispensation and so on. What else is there? Humanity. Yeah, man, yeah, we share that, man. But mysticism, mystics, nah. We get bogged down into that. But His Imperial Majesty, and if someone is saying Jesus Christ, I mean, come on, man, we know Isa alayhi salam. Yes, Christ. I hope the eye feel good still, you know. You know what I mean? Because you're there.
There's so many problems. There's so many problems. How can we solve them? How can we solve them? The children need tea. There is no teacher. There is no teacher. Their mothers are crying. Their fathers are crying. But there's no eye water. There's no eye water. There's no eye water. The grass is growing. The grass is growing. The horses are starving. The horses are starving. The farmers are sowing. The farmers are sowing. But no seeds are growing. No seeds are growing. There's so many problems. There's so many problems. How can we solve them? How can we solve them?
Yes. Serious, you know. When I go into my Bible book, you know, or when I go into my roots and culture selection, some serious, you know. So many problems. But we see the problem. People have to understand it, look at it, recognize it, and be factual about it. Don't keep going around it, because for the next almost 1,000 of years or 100 of years, you'll be at the same place. And then what happened? This is what happened.
He's a lucky thing I never get, sweet lady. He's a lucky thing I never get, sweet lady. And started to run, 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 I will never run away. And started to run, 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 I will never run away. Do you hear? Never run away. Never run, never run, never run away. They and them that stay high. They would have feel so nice, so nice. They and them that fight against high. You should see them rejoice until I to run, run, run. I will never run away. Run, run, run. I will never run away. Do you hear? Never run away. Never run, never run, never run away. I will never run away. My black brother call me, and he reason with me. Everything he tells me. Oh yes, it's true. That's why I will never got to run.
Yes, never.
Don't break this heart. Don't break this heart. Don't break this heart. Don't break this heart. Down by
And my wife, that, you know. Yes.
Don't break this heart. Don't break this heart. Don't break this heart. Don't break this heart. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Oh, I love a girl. All I know, I love a girl. I love her.
You know, Nigeria say we can come home. Nigeria say we need to organize ourselves. Nigeria Diaspora Committee announced, you understand? The people in the diaspora, no one particular island, right? The people in the diaspora, but how they make themselves, how they put themselves, them say the historical diasporans, the people, them, the children, the ancestors of the slaves, should look to come to Nigeria, should look to come to Nigeria and see what Nigeria have to offer them so that they can make up their minds whether they're going back and forth or whether they want to stay and develop themselves. I've heard that. And I go contact minister tomorrow, God willing, because the ministers and the deputy, them back each other in what they're saying. They don't travel across the Caribbean and give people false hope. But them say the peoples, the historical peoples of the diaspora, within the diasporas, yeah, you're welcome to come on home, come to Nigeria. Bring your skills, your talents, your interests with you. Some of you will come and want to stay and own places. Come, explore that which is here for you. We know what happened, and we're late. Serious, profound talking. You understand? Nigeria. So somebody go tell me, say, don't bother go there, no, cause Boko Haram go get you. Yeah? Look at Zambia. Zambia, them have, you know, it's all about 2 years now. Them discover, well, they realize that there's so much gas and oil in there. Some people that say it's over $60 billion a year of gas. So what America has done, what AFRICOM and these people have done, them start talk about Al-Qaeda, ISIS, all of these wicked set of people that them create to mash up Syria, mash up Libya, and so on. Okay. So what you think go up now? Them guys go in there say that them a peacekeeper because they want to control the area. So they want to make sure that there's no other deals being made with anybody else but them. You understand? You have to understand how the thing works. Some people want the Muslim now that we must sit down and join them and discuss this thing for the next 10 years, 20 years, and don't have a solution, but deal with it and can't do nothing about it and keep advertising it after time after time after time. That's waste. Once we acknowledge that the thing is there, and you tell the people them that you're close to, that's from Zambia and everything else, that's information. Move on. Because if not, you become part and parcel of the problem because you're not doing anything yourself. You're entrapping yourself and entrapping other people. And then you probably be charged with what? Conspiracy to do something because you keep going on about the thing and then you're using the media platform and the people them decide, okay, we've had enough of them. And just grab up somebody and dash them out of jail and charge them with terrorism activity. I saw it got these days, you understand? But without these days, this is how we've been doing things. We're not doing anything. We have no supermarket, we have no banking system, because we keep talking about the problem. And when I sort myself out as a body of people and trusting each other to develop something, you see, this is it. Could you imagine? I'm a scientist, and all I do is stay at home and tell everybody around me that me love science and I'm a great scientist and everything. And I ain't done a damn thing. Yeah? One child just look at me and say, okay, do you know such and such? I said, what do you mean? Then he just turn around and tell him, father and mother, listen, he's not a scientist. He doesn't have a clue. Or why you know so much about science and you know develop nothing for yourself, your family, or Africa? Shut up. Two more, me gone. Listen.
All day, and I don't get much pay, but that don't worry me. You're always by me.
A mystic roots and culture. Yes. Reality check. Proper things, real things. Yo, VP. Still not getting a play.
I don't get much pay.
Much.
But that don't worry me.
Roots.
You're always by me. Lonely days. Just keep rolling by. But through your words, my Lord, I love all. Hiding the fields, trees are all I see. And at night the stars are my company. Why don't you send out a ray of light? Send out, send out. Send it down right on me. Send out. And never ever forsake me. The Lord's my shepherd,
I shall want.
I shall not want.
He ladies me
He led me beside them still waters,
and restoreth my soul.
and He blessed my soul.
But where he is, I'm also. that we are some man. They call we home. You understand? But some people take long. They have not some people. They have taken long for call we home. You understand? See, leave us drifting all over the world. So what? We can't find ourselves. Guidance. See, for we was about 14, we are send messages. We are work with messages long time. Come.
1, 2.
Guidance. Guidance, we gone.
1, 2. La 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 la. Fire I go on there. Fire I go on there. Catch a fire. Say catch a fire, they make a nicer. Catch a fire, and they make a nicer. Just the other day, I pop a gun. Just the other day, another one fall. Catch a fire, they make a nicer. Catch a fire, they make a nicer. Now you reach a Zion, you around back. Now you reach a Zion, you around back. You can't turn back from Jaja. You can't turn back from Jaja.
Guidance.
Catch a fire, they make a nicer. Catch a fire, they make a nicer. Catch a fire, catch a fire. They make a nicer. If they run to the ground, they can't die. If they run like a snake, they just by a name. Catch a fire, they make a nicer. Just the other day, I broke out the fire, man. Fire, man. The fire. At the fire. Jaja fire. Jaja fire. If they run to the ground, they can't die. 'Cause Jah knows they bound to go down. Bound to go down. They bound to go down. They bound to go down. Catch a fire, they make a nicer. Catch a fire, they make a nicer.
despise the poor. Respect yourself for sure. And I will open all the doors and you will settle scores. Help the weak and don't despise the poor. Respect yourself for sure. And I will open all the doors.
Yes, blessed love, my brethren. Blessed love. You must call me, man. We must do some reasoning. Serious thing. Blessed love, my brethren. Guidance.
And the weak and don't despise the poor. Respect yourself for sure. And I will open all the doors and you will.
You know, say, my program was about this brother here, you know, Cape Town, poverty. You understand? The Caribbean and Africa, poverty. Small places, still got money, yet still averse poverty. Large continent, most richest continent on the face of the earth, averse poverty. Inflicted by ourselves and the previous colonial bosses that's still there. And that my program's supposed to be, you know, I'm going to go to sleep, I fall asleep and everything. I'm going to come, I'm going to put the thing that was meant to be part of a discussion, a highlighting of the thing that is bothering some Rasta man them and everything. You understand? But when I write the script, the thing was meant to be poverty. You understand? Because we have poverty. So much poverty. And Cape Town make a tune, you know. And we get it months ago, and him say, poverty is a crime. Cape Town, you know, the fireman. Yeah? Rasta man, Cape Town, the fireman. Him say, poverty is a crime. You see, some people that talk about the Caribbean and them crying about tourism, this, that, and all kind of different people, them, the old colonial people, them families go down there and live a high life and everything. And the people them who live there, the citizens, they're living in poverty and they are restricted and so forth. Mosquito are kill them off and everything. And the best thing that's happened is since the C-19 come out the place, how them cooperate with each other, quarantine people, them that come into the island, them, you know, and everything, so that the thing don't spread across the island and give a great problem. And that we will do. But I am saying, since Cape Town make this tune now, since you could have done that, or you not get rid of all the nasty, filthy water, or you never run the mosquito them out of the place, or you never put the drainage system underground and all them something there. But when you go and you look and you see where the first class, middle class people, sector the people them live, that's how it is. And the people them who live other places, the drain open, sewage water did there, nasty water did it, and running water. Water that don't run become toxic and dirty. You understand? And all kind of thing. And this is the Caribbean islands. This is not Cuba, no. This is the rest of the islands. See? And yes. See? Terrible things. Terrible. And we have the manpower. We have the manpower. And then you get the same people come tell you, say, that them prefer this beach because them put in this hotel here, this, that there, and we're not allowed this, so, and them going to do this. We're talking about. This is colonial power still at work. This is Jesus and his people, them still at work. This is not Muhammad. This is not Muhammad. This is not Muhammad at work. This is not Al-Islam at work. This is not Muslim at work. These are atrocious people that are doing these things. I have to say it like that because that's factual. So it is. And then you have Africa now, huge continent variety. The people that do the same thing. Same thing, poverty everywhere. A distinction is made, divide the people them. Not just because of borders, divide the people them. The Yahudis that take all the money there, Congo, create some genocide on the Congo. Congo, listen, sufferation, Ghana are hide. Ghana has been hiding. Togo is Ghana. They're hiding. It's children who is digging up this gold for Europeans, being exploited, and then their family live in poverty. And now you have British television assure young children are 6 and 7, 8 and 9, and they're saying things that happens in Asia and in Arabia, and saying that these children is going into marriages. What do you think they're doing? They're putting aspersions on Islam and Muslims. And are we that? It's not Africans that. If they're Africans that's doing that, these are some giant crows that come from some other place and are used and are behave in this manner. This is not us. It's not us. And the things that we have been doing in this country, we have learnt. My parents never come here and behave in such a decadent way and everything. No, they were brought here to help rebuild this country. And that's what we did. Huh? You understand? And then we've been seduced, educated, and so forth, and entrapped into all these vices that people are seeing that has reflected itself over the years. This is not generally us at all. But who is telling? Who is telling? People want to talk about mysticisms all the while and wrap themselves up in something that no one can get out of. Right? So Islam is too simple, it's too direct. Huh? I know someone want to tell you say that them can't deal with it because it don't have a culture. You're foolish. Which culture? Which culture? You never asked a European about the definition of his culture and what culture is he giving you. So how you going to come and rub this thing on Islam and culture? Stop it, man. Stop it. Last away. Guidance with God, man. Capleton and Chronics.
Here comes the thing called.
And the weak, and don't despise the poor. Respect yourself for sure. And shall we open all the doors, and you will settle scores. And the weak, and don't despise the poor. Respect yourself for sure. And shall we open all the doors.
Always remember to be faithful. When God bless you in that life, you be grateful. And never diss the man will make you playful. Want this loyalty and ungrateful. Get so youth me tell you to be careful. Anytime you give, just be cheerful. Babylon no love to see your air wool. So me burn the werewolf. And the weak, and don't despise the poor. Respect yourself for sure. And Jah will open all the doors, and you will settle scores. And the weak, and don't despise the poor. Respect yourself for sure. And Jah will open all the doors. Alright.
Give an helping hand to your brother man, yeah. If we suffer, make we suffer as one. If you know we better, that go for and conquer. The ghetto youth to suffer in the gutter too long. Give an helping hand to your sisters, yeah. See them struggle, we are fight worldwide. Only the power of love make humanity survive. God praises be to Rastafari. He grant us wisdom, love and understanding. May the kindness and compassion in flow. Cause when Jah love is pouring out, I know the pagans going down. Jah love pouring out, Rastafari.
And I will supply all you need. Burning out the envy and greed. Oh, the words of Rastafari could never be seen.
Yeah, we're gone, you know. You see this man here? Him name Otis Redding. You see it? I'm not a young boy anymore, you know, but me know Otis Redding. So now you gotta work out my age if you understand, if you know who Otis Redding is. So Otis Redding, I'll say a change is going to come. But at Islam, I've been saying this all the while. You see, some people them say them like Malcolm, Melchel Shabazz, Amawali. See? And he's a Muslim. Them take the fact that him say, if I want have a problem with him something, him not have no problem. Him put him religion in him closet and him come out and face the people. What do you think him do that for? Him do the same thing that I'm trying to do. I'm following him. Why? Because him knows if him keep tell the people him about Al-Islam, some people are they will hear, but them not follow the examples. Right? And him not go get the majority, a lot of people. So him just give the people what the people them want and talk to the people them, not how the people them want, but him come with that thing. So it's about black liberation, African liberation, liberate the people them, get the people them organized and so forth. So to him turn that corner now and become a threat, a huge threat, because he's about doing things, not about talking. Him is an action man, doing. You understand? So with that now, him had a lot of African, about 7 African countries and peoples them in support of his vision. Oh gosh, man. That caused the whole Caucasian, everybody think to they say, what? No, we can't do that. Huh? We can't let that happen. So the people them that supposed to back him and support him, the nation of Islam, and remember that he's one of theirs, even though, right, they didn't support that. They didn't support it. You understand? Some of the guys had their own plan and everything and so forth. So we lost that, brother. We lost that, brother. You understand? To ignorance, we lost that, brother. But that brother was a Muslim, as everybody is. But that brother is a Muslim that understood that he's a Muslim and put that to work in his own humanitarian concept and construct of life. And that way I say, Islam don't carry decadence. You understand? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not a man. So him not have no frailties. Allah don't have frailties. Human beings have frailties. That's a fact. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not a human. So we not wrap up Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam like people that wrap up Jesus Christ. And we not wrap up Selassie as a Jesus Christ or wrap him up any other way. I wrap up Nagashi and I wrap up Menelik because I know the significance. His Imperial Majesty, yes, but him not belong. So I'm not argue a man with that. A man have to find that out and understand that for himself. You understand? So it's not that they go put food on my table and make me feel bigger than that and that. No. Give Jack his jacket. Menelik is the seed of Solomon and David. And that is factual. Huh? That is factual. And Al-Islam as we know it here today was saved and rescued by Nagashi, Abyssinia. We know that. We know that and we love that and we understand what that is. And it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's guidance. And we know that. And we've been educated from there too. We know that. If ones and ones took time out and knew that and understand that and appreciate that, hey, Africa, all of those who have disagreement and disapproval of things will be much better, may I tell you. Because the significance of all that no one don't know. Just like we make joke of Timbuktu until we get to understand our institution. An institution. We make the passing 5 jokes that people make all the while in the Caribbean and everything. Tell you I'm going to follow Timbuktu, me dash across this. Huh? Then little more in we life now with have travel of foreign and everything. And we see that Timbuktu is a university education institution set up by a woman and everything. Every man Musa bring all kind of scholars, educationists, scientists, everybody. And then you look upon this place here called Cambridge and Oxford that model themselves off of Shanghai and Timbuktu. And then we say, rotted. The people them set we back. So now you see that something else we for come forward. And then we have a whole heap of people have disapproval with we. Nah, we have to shut them a box quick. And then the prophecy in the writing in that book is say where 1 and 2 or 3 are gathered together, God is in the midst. Prove it. Prove it. I am ready with my child. Prove it. And my brethren and sisters are ready with their children. Not to prove it to the world, to prove it to ourselves. That since you have that litmus test, prove it. Because we are going to bring our children. We are going to bring our children. Huh? And you can quiz them, question them, cross-reference them as much as you want. Because our children, under no duress and no torture, has become hafiz of the one book that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give Muhammad. Yes. Huh? You understand? So that's another litmus test that's in that book. And the 7 seals, there's so much we can put there, that I can put there myself. And the rest of the millions of Muslims can do the same. Because we all know it. So we have nothing else to prove. We just want to walk stride by stride with each other.
River, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change has gotta come now. Ooh, yes it is. Oh man. It's been too hard living. Oh man. And I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there.
You know the books them that may have here, that is always Muslim, reclaim your heart. Not something about Kemet unraveling Kemet and pulling it down and listen, we are live now. Reclaim your heart. Huh? You understand? And tell people, showing people the beauty of developing a family, constructing a family, and so forth, and how to be a just man, and the woman, and how to live that life there. You understand? And that them thing we love, because that's a successful marriage. You understand? These are titles in any of these books, you know. You understand? Yes. So we're not there upon them hyper fluting. A woman's reflection and leading prayer. You understand? Oh gosh, man. The awakening. Not the 7 days Adventists. Not them something there. Why is prayer so important? You understand? Oh, look. We bury a man today. A reflection on death. We are live. This is the thing. And this book was written, put together by a sister. You understand? Yeah. And I'm meant to be dealing with so much discourse and all these things. We're not dealing with all them fancification things, and then we're not developing. We haven't moved forward. That's life. That's a liberty there, right? That's real. That's not fiction. That's not mythology. That's real. That's real. That's expression, reflection on our lives.
Beyond the clouds, it's been a long time coming. I know, change has gotta come. Oh, yes, it is. There's a time I will go to my brother
still labor to try to carry on. It's been a long, long time coming that I've known a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it is. Just like I said, I went to my little bitty brother. Oh, my little brother. I asked my brother, help me, please. Oh, he turned me down, and then I go to my little mother, my dear mother. Oh, now. I said, mother, I'm down on my knees. But there was a time that I thought, Lord, this could last very long. Somehow I thought I was still able to try to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know, change gotta come. It's been so long, a little too long, but change has gotta come.
Yes, Mr. Otis Redding. Otis was taken from us in a plane crash in the 60s. Yeah, man. I was around. And you want to hear that song there by Billie Holiday. You want to hear that song there by Sam Cooke. You understand? And that's ours. Hear them words, hear them talk to your mother, family. That's us. You understand? So we have to go to just embrace ourselves. You understand? We have more important things to do. And just deal with it. And God willing, a change will come. And it can come immediately too. But some people want to make it stay for thousands of years, hundreds of years, thousands of years. And now these people, they want to get rid of us just like that. You understand? Right? But we know that they may plan, or they are planning, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best of planners. In the process of time, they may take some of us out, you know what I mean? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would have the last say. We accept that, we understand that. Yeah, so alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, you know what I mean? And since I've been here, trying to do what me do, right? Enough ones, right, you understand, have come across as Muslims already. And my imam, his people, they have come across too. They're on Facebook and everything. They're on all the media, right, and so forth, right? And them suffer. One brother, hundreds of bullocks, them rid him body, them take him away from us. You understand? Why? Because he wasn't following their line. It's not that he was running any racket or anything. You understand? You see? So we will reach there. But we don't have to go through the pass all the way down and unpack the Caucasian to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and get the blessings and the guidance. No, we don't have to do that. You know, it's a good thing that we've seen it, but we don't have to do that. You know, see, when I say it's a good thing that we see it, it's that we acknowledge that. Because if a person go to school and them learn some subjects, especially ones that they're really interested in, you understand, them concentrate, them make side notes and everything. When the examination come now, them know the curriculum, they know the subject, them just we just revise, you know what I mean? Bring them things to the forefront of our consciousness, you understand? And then go inside there now and just be confident and shove off the nervousness and everything and just get yourself very astute and, yeah, answer the questions them to the best of our ability. You understand? And that's how it go. So if we keep regurgitating someone else's platform, when are we going to be ourselves? Right? And Islam just show you that it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, is a cherisher and a sustainer of everything. And once we understand those things, Why should I be depending on some man? Yeah? Yeah, joking. When I don't know so that man entrapped me. You know what I mean? Take me out of, take my family, my ancestors from them home and exploited them. Why should I be doing that? Wasting too much time on that. So we have to just develop trust. And Al-Islam, La ilaha illallah, is the greatest trust there is. There's none better. Salaam alaikum rahmatullah. Gone, guidance. God willing, we come on reflection on Thursday, and we look at the Presbyterians, and because Nero still there, you know, we look upon them and we look at the poverty that we should have been dealing with today, right? You understand? Guidance. You see all my juices, them coming up, you know, they're available. They're available for my brethren, them, but them coming out to the people, them, God willing, shortly.